Ever we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is putting more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us go hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique together. If you listen carefully to that song, it speaks to putting your hand to the wheel, to the plow, doing something. It's action. Let's come and build, not break, but to make, to transform our homes, our communities, and ultimately our country. We cannot just stand and watch. We must be involved in the process. Transformation will happen, but we must be involved. We must shape it to what we want it to be. Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique belong to all of us. We have a stake in this democracy. There are those who complain. They are part of the complaining industry. There are those who are just hell-bent on seeing bad things happen. They want bad stories. They want a horror movie. That is what they want. Because they believe if things get worse, if things get bad, they can easily ride their way back into power. Those on the opposition side, what they want to see is a horror movie. What they want to experience is things being so bad that the people call for the old cock. Because the old cock not going away. The expired corned beef not going away. The old Morocco not going away. He's waiting for that moment. And in fact, he's not just waiting. He's investing in that. He wants something dramatic, something bad to happen so that he can just waltz back into power. And every day it doesn't happen, he becomes grumpy, he becomes desperate, and so his pundits, surrogates, goons, zygotes, and sycophants, they are also becoming very desperate. You know what is amazing? Yesterday I explained this whole thing about the equipment and so on, and I put the facts on the table. Well, that was not enough for them because they were shocked to realize that I have the facts. I put the invoice, I put the amount paid. And then they realized, well, the name on the invoice is not Kem Jones. So they decided, well, okay, but you say it's you, but your name is not on the invoice. And that became a talking point for them. So I decided to put the contractual arrangement, the loan that was given, because you see, this is Kem Jones in print. I am about facts. I am about putting information on the table. I told you yesterday that, these young men, they were part of Youth for Change. And I always like to see good things happen to the people who have been around, who labored in the vineyard. All right? And we cool. So I put that out there now, saying to them, look, this is the loan agreement. What would they say then? But that is the NNP, yeah? That is, and some people would say, man, Kem, don't worry them. Don't put this thing out there. But when I do it, I discredit them. I discredit them every single day. Because here it is. If you don't do that, they will continue to put stuff out there to destroy the good name and character of good people. But when you put the information out there, they lose credibility. So other people who may want to read their stuff or grab their stuff and run with it would then think twice. Do not underestimate that. In fact, yesterday, 3 people met me and said, but Kem Jones, boy, I thought what they said was true. Right? Yeah. I thought what they said was true. But when you put out the facts, I realize, well, boy, you have the facts. And you have always stuck to that, being honest, being sincere. So don't tell me I should not put this thing out there because they are seeking to destroy my good name and reputation. They know that people believe in me. They know that I'm sincere and I'm honest. So they are seeking to falsify. They are seeking to put stuff out there with the hope to discredit your humble servant. But they are not able to, because I am putting the facts out there in a very simple way to say to them, here is the facts. What else will you come with? And these things are being done by NNP, by the new nasty party. Don't fool yourself. No. They're using all different kind of names. It is being done by them. But we have to discredit them. We have to put the information, the facts out there. And when they see it, they can't go anywhere from there. They will attack you, but once you put the facts on the table, because you see, they know that the people believe in me. They know that I've always remained honest with the people. They know that. And I've always shown you that the NNP, the new nasty party, they have always been mischievous and they just like rumors and gossip. Let me give you a typical example of that. Yesterday, Sheldon Scott interviewed, or last night or so, he interviewed Roland Bowler. And Roland Bowler was talking about, the constituency that he once represented, and, he was Minister of Sports in light of the athletes returning to Grenada and so on. And he referenced a playing field in his constituency and the lights for that playing field. Listen to the conversation. Sheldon Scott was uninformed. He don't have the facts. He don't have the information whatsoever. But he went ahead with rumors and gossip. Listen to this guy.
Now I notice some work has been done recently and the fencing is actually up now. The poles were operating in majority, 80% of it. But the lights, I don't know for what the reason, they're not bringing in the lights. The poles are up and everything. I don't know what the reason is, but that's just a few, at the smaller few, because
I hear the
we
lights
knew
end
the
up in another.
importance of that.
I heard the lights end up in another constituency, but that's a story for another day.
Right. So you heard what he said? Roland Bola is speaking about a playing field in that constituency in St. Andrew, right? And Roland Bola then say, well, this is what we did, and then they put up the fencing now and blah, 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 blah. The guy then turned wrong. That's Sheldon Scott, that's the guy who speaks for the opposition forces in the country, right? He said, well, I hear the lights end up in another constituency, but here.
Well,
the lights that were supposed to come there, they end up in another constituency.
Right, and then he went on to say the lights that's supposed to come there end up in another constituency.
No, they actually have it up, Sheldon.
Roland Bola then turns wrong and say they actually have it up, Sheldon. Right? The guy's uninformed.
No, the polls are no up. They put the...
And then Sheldon said, no, the polls are up. Right? I know the polls are up. Right?
Lights on it now?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, so they bring them up now? Okay, good.
Oh, and then Roland Bola said they put the lights on. And then he said, well, they bring them up now.
Yes, I don't know what is the problem with connectivity.
So Roland Bola was speaking about connectivity. And then this guy, without any facts, without any information regarding this particular playing field and the lighting, but this is what the guy does on his program, and he's the voice of the opposition forces. Uninformed, just blah, blah, blah. Look at it, a typical example of what goes on in their world. No facts. He doesn't know. He has no clue. He never, and I would go as far as to say, the guy never seen the thing. He doesn't know. Well, the polls are up. But then he went on to say, well, I hear, and let me go back. Look, we got to play these things to expose them. That is what you do when you have to really make advances. Expose these people. Make the Grenadian people home and abroad get to understand what goes on the other side, and the kind of falsehood, the kind of lies, the kind of propaganda, the kind of misinformation that comes from them. Remember, when I do programs, I'm talking about thousands of people, right? Thousands of people listen and view my programs. You hear me? I am not talking about 5,000 or 6,000 or so. I'm telling you, the program I did before, the one yesterday morning is about almost 7,000 people on Facebook. But the one before, about 10,000 something people already viewed that program. And that's only on Facebook. The one before, 11,000, the one before, 13,000. So I'm talking about thousands of people listen to my program. And in a voting block of let's say 60, 70,000 people, 80,000 people, right? Having 15,000 people or having 20,000 people view your program. Because I do two programs, one in the morning, one in the night. So the morning program, we had almost 7,000 people. The one that's on Facebook, the one before the nighttime, almost 10,000 something people. I'm saying that to say to you, if you add both, then you know what I'm talking about. There are people who view in the morning and in the night. So I do all of this to educate my people, right? Educate them, provide them with information. That's important. So when people view what I am putting forward here, they then lose credibility in those individuals. They don't want to hear them. They don't want to see them. Because that's the kind of lies that they push on the other side. They don't talk about the good things that are happening in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. No, they are not interested in that. All they're interested in is tearing down, breaking up, mashing up things. All they're interested in chaos, anarchy, problems. That's what they're interested in. They are not interested in the development of Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. They're not. So what we have to continue to do is expose them. put it on the table and say to the Grenadian people, this is what they do. They are not interested in the development of Grenada. All you need to do is just listen to this guy. Listen to this, just this little piece. That's a typical example. The guy is interviewing Roland Bola. And let me play it again.
The polls and everything. Now I notice some work has been done recently and the fencing is actually up now.
Right. So the government and the Honorable Andy Williams did a post on the fencing for that particular area, right? So that was good. The government completed the fencing. And nothing wrong with that. If the previous administration started something and this administration could complete it, that's wonderful. Government is continuum, right? That is what government is. So Bola acknowledged that by saying, now I notice the fencing is complete and da 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 da, right?
The polls were up already, the majority.
Right. So he said the polls are up already. The majority of the poll, that was up already.
80% of it.
Right, 80% of it. So this government now completed the next 20%. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. All right? Government is a continuum.
But the lights, I don't know for what the reason. They're not bringing in the lights. The poles are up and everything. I don't know what the reason is. But, that's...
Right. So Bola did not say, well, the lights are there. Bola was actually referring to connectivity. But this guy had no clue because he's not that knowledgeable. He's not smart. He had no clue. Bola did not say up front that he's referring to connectivity. But the lights are there. All right? The poles up and, completed. The lights are there.
Just a few, are the smaller few.
I hear the lights end up in another.
Of that.
I heard the lights end up in another constituency, but
right. And that idiot, this is the spokesperson for the opposition forces, that political idiot, that tomcat, because you know his history, right? That old tomcat went ahead now and say, well, I heard the lights end up in another constituency. This guy is a damn idiot. He's a fool. But these are the characters that are out there speaking for the opposition forces. This guy's a tomcat. Tomcat. That's who he is. That old tomcat.
End up in another. I heard the lights end up in another constituency, but that's a story for another day.
Well,
the lights that were supposed to come there, they end up in another constituency.
No,
so
they actually have it up, Sheldon.
Right. And Bola, because Bola, he has his way. But Bola then turn around and say to this political cat, this piece of mess, right? Bola turn around and tell him, well, they actually have the thing up, The light is already up. The guy has no clue, but he went ahead and making this rumor or spreading the rumor. That's how they function on the other side, which is sad, Really sad. Bola, you could say what you want about him. All right? In fact, when what transpired on his farm, when he caught the guy and he gave him whatever he gave him, I was in full support of that. Because as a farmer, you're working hard and people come in and thief and take your stuff. I said openly that I was in full support of what Bola did. Some people didn't like that. And I don't care. I have a position and I'm very firm. You stand for something. I said openly, give the man some blows as alleged, and I agree with that. Because too many farmers suffer after they plant, they labor, they work hard, and then the thief come in and just take what they want. Pretty alasani. I can't support that. Right? So Bola, he has his way. But Bola turned around and said to him, but Sheldon, the light is actually up, Bola was actually referring to connectivity. But this idiot, these guys are so negative. They're so quick to spread gossip and rumors and false stuff. The guy, boy, it's amazing.
No, the polls are now up. They put the lights on it now.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, so they bring them up now? Okay, good.
Yes, I don't know what is the problem with connectivity.
Right. So Bola was actually talking about connectivity, but this idiot, the guy is so quick to spread rumors and falsehood, in my belief, that, he start spreading the thing already, saying that he heard that the lights go to another constituency, and that's what they're doing. Same thing they're doing with Carriacou and Petit Martinique in terms of the relief, in terms of the rebuilding, in terms of the recovery effort. Same thing they're doing. Don't believe that they have facts. They have no facts. They don't have facts. And many a times, they don't even know what's happening in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, but they're quick to run them out and spread gossip and news and lies. That is what they thrive on. The opposition forces in the country, that is what they thrive on. That is how they do it. Lies, misinformation. And you have to expose them because they're getting away with it. Huh? If you don't expose them and let the people know the truth, you have a problem. Huh? Because they would say those things over and over again. They would saturate the minds of our people with the falsehoods. I'm telling you. So we have to expose these people. We have to make the public know what's going down. Just think about it. That is exactly what they normally do on their programs. Those opposition platforms. They lie, they misinform, they scandalize. They rumor among, just rumors, spread gossip. No facts. And then he turns around and say, well, Joseph Abite, so are selling it. A talk show host. Huh? Just think about it. But that is a garbage that they put out there for their supporters and for people generally. No wonder his numbers not growing. And that's the main person out there for the opposition forces. Huh? The main guy, his numbers not going up. People are not interested in actually viewing or listening to him. One like a block. So we have to constantly be exposing them. We cannot stop, because if we do, then people will believe what they're saying is the truth, when indeed it is not. It's not the truth. They constantly lie to you. But we have to expose them, because they will not come and tell you about the good things that are happening in the country. In fact, yesterday, I went to Lansepine and I was speaking to a gentleman from Carriacou. And I turned around and said to him, you know that there is a waiver on property tax for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique for 2025. And he said to me he didn't know, right? He was not aware. So I turned around and I said, it's on the government website and social media pages and so on. And then he said to me, oh, he said, that's a good thing. So sometimes we believe that the information is getting out there and our people are getting to know what is going down. But in truth and in fact, we have to do more work, double times or even triple, to get that message out there to our supporters, to our people, because they don't know, right? We believe that they know. And if you have the opposition forces spreading a lot of false information, then it gets kind of cloudy. It gets kind of murky. We have to do a lot of work in educating and empowering our people. I then turn around and say, brother, there is a tax, a property tax waiver. And he said to me, oh, I said, yes, a waiver of property taxes for 2025 for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique who are affected by beryl. So the government has to do more work in terms of publishing that kind of information, because those on the opposition side, they are not going to educate, empower, enlighten the people and let them know those things. No, they want bad stories. They want horror movies. That is what they want. They want to see Grenada on its knees. They don't want good for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. You believe that they're going to go on their programs and speak about that? The implementation of 100% waiver of property tax on properties significantly affected by Hurricane Beryl, residential or commercial, for 2025. applies to all properties in Carriacou and PT Martinique. All properties in Carriacou and PT Martinique. Property owners in Grenada are required to request the waiver from the from IRD, the Inland Revenue Department. Properties will be assessed before waivers are granted. That's for Grenada. But all properties in Carriacou. You hear me? But the NNP, meaning the new nasty party, and their surrogates, pundits, goons, zygotes, and sycophants, they are not going to be out there educating and enlightening the people. They believe that is not their duty. They believe their duty is to spread false information, misinformation, disinformation. That's what they believe. Gossip, rumors, hearsay, them say. That's what they believe. Because they have done it in the past. Don't fool yourself here. They have done it between 2008, 2013. When they ride back in, they rode nicely back in and got all the seats. Don't forget that. Scandal, misinformation, lies, and because the NDC never had somebody like, let's say, a Kem Jones out there, the NDC administration. They never had a person like Kem Jones out here fighting the good fight every morning, every night, or sometimes, the morning program, sometimes the night program. They never had that. But now they're dealing with Kem Jones. I have a good command of the English language. I'm a charismatic guy, right? I could throw in a little satire every now and then, and I could do the damn thing well, right? I'm a likable person, and I could mix. That's me. But I can communicate effectively to you. I may not be perfect, right? But I could do the damn thing. And I'm out here doing it and doing it well, providing you with credible information. Because with information dissemination, it must be credible. The minute time you start throwing out information out there that are false information, then people lose credibility. They don't want to hear. They say, boy, I ain't know, I ain't know whether what the man saying is true or false. But I have stayed the course and I have maintained that level of credibility. So they're dealing with Kem Jones. They're dealing with Kem Jones. Different ball game. During 2008, 2013, there were no one out here fighting the good fight. I mean, NDC had what? The heartbeat program and blah, 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 blah. Who listens to that really when they're in church? Around that time. Dead time, 12 to 1. It's a dead time, generally. All right? I'm saying all of this to say they have to deal with me. They have to deal with Kem every morning, every night. We have to expose them, because if you don't, then people go with the lies. They run with it. We have to expose them every single day, because the government is doing a fantastic job. But the NNP, they would not go on their platforms and tell people that there is a loan/grant facility at the Grenada Development Bank in the amount of $25 million established so that businesses can be reactivated. It's a business reactivation fund for businesses affected by Hurricane Beryl. Funds will be disbursed as part of a loan and part of a grant. Grant, you don't have to pay it back. The loan, you have to pay it back at concessionary rates. It's not no high interest rate, right? Concessionary. Financing provided will support construction, the purchase of capital goods, and working capital needs. This facility will come into effect on September the 1st. The NNP will not empower their people. They will not be on the platform telling people that, look, you can access this money, telling the small, medium, and large businesses in Carriacou and PT Martinique, or here in Grenada, in St. Patrick or St. Mark, that they can access this money come September the 1st. They are not interested in that. They are interested in scaremongering. They are interested in falsehoods. They are interested in misinformation, gossip, scandal. That is what they're interested in. Let us empower people. Let us educate our people. Let us disseminate information so that our people can be better off. I am saying to you the NNP on their platform, all those opposition platforms, they would not spend time to tell the people that there is a waiver of all VAT requirements. All VAT requirements. The requirement to collect and file and remit VAT will be waived for businesses affected by Hurricane Beryl for the period June the 1st to December 31st. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to be on their program saying all kind of bad things about Carriacou and Petit Martinique. They're telling you all the bad stories. And I told you before, they just love horror stories and horror movies. Bad stories and horror movies. That is what they love. I'm saying to them, utilize your time to educate your listeners and your supporters so that they will take full advantage of the opportunities that the government is providing. But instead, you want to run down government. Tell them about the waiver of all VAT requirements for those businesses in Carriacou and Petit Martinique or here in Grenada who have been affected. In Carriacou, all Carriacou and Petit Martinique applies automatically to all businesses. VAT must not be charged during the period. All businesses in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. In Grenada, affected businesses must apply to the IRD for the waiver. Waiver will be granted if deemed necessary, because remember, not all of Grenada was affected or impacted directly by Hurricane Beryl. The north of the country, St. Patrick, St. Mark, parts of St. Andrew, they were more affected than, the southern part of the country, right? So that is for Grenada. But in Carriacou, all the businesses, but those NNP supporters, goons, zygotes, sycophants, and so they will not spend time to help their people and educate their people. That is why if you go into any community and you encounter someone, the minute time they start to speak, you know who they support. If you go into any community, could be in Petit Martinique, Carriacou, Grenada, the minute time they start to speak, you know where they stand. You know what political party they support. Because the NNP, the new nasty party, in my belief, and that's the acronym, the new nasty party, fostered, cultivated, promoted, created poverty. They make their people poor. They make their supporters poor and vulnerable. They make them poor, vulnerable, and illiterate. That is what they've done. You look at the postings. They post stuff on Facebook, and instead of saying brain, they're saying Brian. I'm telling you, it is amazing, but still sad. Sad. Because they don't even know the difference between they and their or they. They don't know. They just don't know. And I'm telling you, the level of illiteracy on the part of that group, it is way too high. And that is what is keeping this country back, That is what is keeping this country back. You meet some of these people, they support the new nasty party, and they will just throw something on the side of the road. And you ask them, but who you expect to pick it up? That is why in some of those African countries, you have a bull caucus, they call it. I think it's a bull, but some people say bull caucus, right? And it's not obscene. That is how they call it, right? A bull. And you put some bull on there. Pick it up. But you see, they're not educated to understand if you throw that there, you're going to end up in the streams, the same river that they use, because many of them they. And you're going to end up in the sea, right? Pollute. You're going to mess up everything. That's how they function. They don't care. Educate. That is why it was so difficult during the COVID time too. Because what they did to their people is keep them bondage. Their supporters. The majority of them, you go in any village, they fit the same profile. The level of illiteracy among that group, it is frightening. frightening. But they will not spend time. They will not spend time to educate their people. They will not. They have no interest in that. Why not use their platform to tell the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique? Tell them there is a waiver of taxes on machinery and equipment. Not equipments, equipment. Plural, singular and plural. All right? Remember that. I told you yesterday it's not furniture, it's furniture. Singular, plural. I'm saying to you, they will not do that. Implementation of 100% waiver of CET, VAT, CSC, and excise tax were applicable to businesses on machinery and equipment imported to replace that which was damaged or destroyed as a result of Hurricane Beryl. Where local purchases are made, the VAT will be waived. They will not tell their supporters about those good things. They spend their time gossiping, spreading false information, and that's what they do. They're not interested in the development of this country. They don't want this country to develop and to move forward. All they do is just scandal, gossip, falsehoods. That's all they do. They don't care about this country. The NNP, the new nasty party, don't care about this country. And I'm saying this openly because they believe by being nasty, they believe by coming out there and spread all these lies about the government, well, boy, they're going to just ride their way back into power. Joke you're making. You're making a big mistake because you're dealing with a population right now, the younger set of people, they could read, they could write. Don't fool yourself. They went to secondary school, they went and make it even worse. They went to college, and college now is more accessible because this government made it free. It's more accessible. Don't fool yourself. They can reason. They can think for themselves. That is why when I traverse Grenada, people would call me out there, Kem, say, boy, big up your own self, continue. Young people, young people giving you feedback. Not feedbacks, feedback. Right? And telling you that you're doing a good job, educating, empowering, fostering a robust intellectual conversation via radio and social media. You believe that they're not listening? You believe that they're not taking notes? They're taking notes. They're smart. They're creative. They have ingenuity within their bones. My little daughter, 2 years. You could speak better than her. She's speaking like a Yankee. You could speak better. She knows everything. She corrects me. They're sharp. They're computer generated. They're bright. I'm saying that new group, the NNP cannot deal with them. The NNP cannot get them on their side. No, that is why they are running like that all around the place like headless chickens. They can't, because our people have become smarter, way smarter. And that is why the favorability ratings of our Prime Minister, our beloved Prime Minister, is so high. The likability of our Prime Minister, the rating is so high, way higher than any one that ever passed here in terms of in recent times, because our young people are involved. They are appreciating more and more what this government is doing. And that is where the new nasty party getting real blows. They have so many platforms and so many programs, but they're not growing. They're not getting better. They're not. They're speaking to their base, yes, but they're not moving anywhere else. And that is why I continue to say to the NDC, maintain, add. Maintain what you have, add to it. Maintain first and foremost. Maintain your block. Maintain your base. Maintain your supporters. Take care of them. Identify them within the communities and give them the opportunity or opportunities that are available. You want them. They don't want you. In reality, all right, politically, you have to go to them. You have to go and beg for their support. All right? So don't say, well, they didn't come in by me and I ain't seen. You go to them. Maintain, add. Maintain, add. Remember that. All the MPs. Maintain, add. Maintain your block. The people who voted for you, look for them, support them, help them. Give them the support that they need. And when I spoke about changing the criteria to get onto the seed program, I mean it. Because I told you the NNP administration designed those social safety net programs for their supporters. That is why they no longer call them poor. They call them the poor and the vulnerable. They design it in such a way that for you to get onto the program, you have to have a pit latrine or no bed, no stove or no fridge, no indoor toilet facility. They design the program in such a way that when those assessors or people come to your home as an NDC supporter, you know, NDC people, they're industrious, right? They love to work. They love to do stuff. They love to create stuff. They love to earn a living. They love to work hard, right? But we are Grenadians, and some of us, meaning some of the supporters and so on, they are in need too of a little assistance. But if you don't change the criterion or criteria, right, of this whole program and programs, then the beneficiaries will always be NNP supporters because they easily fit into this thing, easily. But the NNP administration, they create this thing. Remember, if you go through the budget, all right, because I'm a guy, I study this thing like a T. Take time and go through the budget, last year's budget, and see how much money was allocated for the debushing program, the new Imani training program, the geriatric caregivers program, the Empower program, the housing repair program, yeah, right? The back to school, uniform and school supplies program, and some of the other social, the seed program, the poor relief assistance program, all these different programs, and calculate the amount of money, almost $100 million every year, you know, annually. That is exactly what the NNP administration was actually given to their supporters, $100 million through the social safety net programs. So the NDC supporters, because we work in, we're doing X, we're doing Y, you can never ever fit in to those programs because they design it in such a way for their supporters. Because they know the status of their supporters. They're poor, they're vulnerable, and many of them illiterate, and they push them in there. The minute time the person go and assess their home, they say, well, they have no couch, they have no TV, they have no fridge, they have no stove, they have nothing. They might be still cooking on firewood or coals or whatever. Pit latrine, you know, by the time they walk in the yard, they're smelling it. They already know, and they fit them in, pop, $500 coming to them every month. And then, you know, I will give a real example. A certain individual was asked, you know, well, you want a what you call it, wash program there, modern bathroom and toilet facility, NNP, you know, was asked, you know, can we build you a modern bathroom and toilet facility? He turned around and said, no, you know, NNP supporter. He said no. Because why? He wants to keep the pit latrine so he will continue to get the $500 as part of the poor relief assistance. And then the MP turned around and said to him, well, no, not because we going to build you a bathroom and toilet facility means that we're going to take away the $500 from you. That's the mindset. They believe that if you build them a modern bathroom and toilet facility and they're no longer using the pit latrine, right, they're going to lose the $500. That's the mindset. So they have been cultured that way, to think that way. They believe that it will be taken away from them. You know, I just getting hot, you know. Let me call Kim the King and ask him for about a half an hour again. I just getting hot, right? Let me call him and ask him for half an hour on the program again. All right? Let me just play a little music and call Kim the King and ask him for half an hour extra. I just getting hot. Can you see when the class start and it deeper? Thing deep. Telling you, I just getting hot. Right? Let me call Kim the King. Maybe I could play. Let me play something. Calling Kim the King. I want some more time, boy. You matter what? Extra class this morning. We're going extra. All right? Read all about it. Extra. Where I go play it too? Let me see. Hold on. Restoration, Hold on. See the Guyanese, they talk about something and they're going good, you know. Let me get Minister rules of plan right. Maybe I get this. One sec. Let me get this schedule project. All right.
And engineer with the Guyana Defense Force, Major France, says work in Carriacou on the Hillsborough Secondary School, the police station, and the post office is nearing completion as the rebuilding efforts intensify to restore the island to some form of normalcy. Guyana's President Irfan Ali deployed the team to Carriacou on July 15th, days after Hurricane Beryl, to assist in the rebuilding and restoration process. Since then, the team has been working on roof restoration. Major France gave a progress update on the efforts on the Sister Isles.
Thus far, as it relates to the roof restoration work, the 4 projects we are undertaking, as it relates to roof work, we are about 75% completed. We have completely restored the roof of the Carriacou Police Station and Courthouse building. We've also restored the roof of the administrative building and post office. The Edinburgh Secondary School, we have 95% completed all the roof works, and we're currently working on the Minister's office to completely restore his roof.
He said the unavailability of material is a challenge for the team.
While we would have brought most of the lumber and the sheeting from Guyana, a lot of the additional materials, the fasteners, and so that was needed to do the roof work posed to be a challenge, since there were limited supply here on the island. So as it relates to the roof work right now, the challenges that we are being faced with is the availability of plywood, since that is now becoming short on the island.
The project is expected to be completed in September. Major France is optimistic they are on schedule to meet the deadline.
Yes, so they're on schedule to meet the deadline. Thank you, Guyana. They continue to work assiduously or diligently. You know, assiduously is just a big word. Diligently to meet the deadlines, right? Because September, back to school. And I really love what they are doing. They're very focused. Right, so Kim the King, he granted extra 30 minutes. Thank you very much, Kim. Take a bow. You're a true patriot. So I was saying to you the mindset, because they have been cultured that way. So the MP turns wrong and say, you know, you don't have to worry, you know. We're going to build you a modern bathroom and toilet facility. Don't worry, we're not going to take the $500 away. But I am saying all of this to say that they would easily fit in to the matrix, the criteria, easily. But it was designed that way by the NNP so that their supporters will forever eat a food. I'm telling you, that is how they design it. So their supporters always get in every single program that, you know, social safety net programs. Their supporters, they're grabbing. So we have to change the criteria, change up the program so our supporters will benefit from that $100 million pool. That is why I say to you, maintain, add. Maintain what you have and add to it. You have to be able to change certain things so that your supporters will benefit from it. Very important, because the people who voted for you, you must go out into the communities. And in fact, I would challenge our beloved Prime Minister to challenge all his MPs to go into that constituency at least 3 times per week and go and identify all the people who voted for them. Those who died, those who migrated also. In fact, I would ask of him to do that. Challenge all your MPs to go out there with a team and identify all the people who voted for them, or 90% of the people who voted for them. If they could get all, bravo, right? But go and identify them. And also assess the needs. Because Grenada is small. The constituencies, they are small, generally. Well, with exception, St. David, South St. George, St. George's, St. George Northeast. They are big constituencies, right? I am saying that's a good challenge. Go out there, identify all the people who voted for you. All right? And those who are likely to vote for you. That's canvassing. That's real canvassing. And assess their needs. Speak to them. Get to know them. Because we are working very hard on getting as many people as possible from the diaspora to vote, to register and to vote. We're not stopping. In fact, I will be in New York very soon. I will be in New York very, very soon. And remember the party, you know. Remember the party. Don't forget the party coming up, you know. I'll be in New York very soon. As of what? This weekend, I should be in New York. All right? As of this weekend, I should be in New York. And don't forget this party, the Dynamic Hour Charity Party. Ticket, $40. All right? Saturday the 31st August. Music by DJ Screwboy. All right? Pity Matnik by. The address for the party, 297 East 91st Street between Clarkson and Lenox Road. For tickets, you could holler at me. You could call Julie. You know, Julie. You could call Stephen. You could call Glenroy. You know, the flyers on my Facebook page, right? Flyers up. You could holler at me for tickets. It's $40, right? Nice party. I'll be in New York on the weekend. On the weekend, I should be in New York, right? And the programs will continue from New York. I'll have the programs as normal from New York. Well, particularly the morning programs, right? The morning programs. So you can look forward to that. I'm saying again, we need to understand what is at stake. So that's a good challenge. And I would encourage our beloved Prime Minister to do just that. All right? Yes. Please challenge them and say, go out there and identify all the people who voted for you and assess their needs. There are some of our supporters who want to be a part of the seed program. You can change the criteria to get them in. All right? And there are some people who shouldn't be on the program. You remove those who shouldn't be on the program. But those who should be, because we have some supporters who really need to be a part of the seed program. All right? And then you have the housing repair program, the material assistance program. Well, the vouchers, they are being given out in schools, which is great, but still follow up and make sure that your supporters, that they all get the vouchers, the back to school vouchers, right? It's important. And the many other social safety net programs. Make sure that your supporters get and benefit, because maintain add. Maintain what you have. You cannot afford to lose your supporters, any of your supporters. You cannot afford to do that. No. So you have to maintain your block and add to it. How do you add to that block? Once you can maintain what you have and you go there and you identify them, there would be sons and daughters who turn 18. Get them registered. You add, get them registered. Because you know they turn 18, you're aware of that, so you can work on them to get them registered. That's important, very important. And then you have the people in the middle. The people in the middle, they're excited about the NDC administration. They're excited. And these are the people who would sway the thing. Because say what you want. The NNP has a block or a base of 25,000 people. The NDC has a base of about 25,000 people. And don't make them fool you. There are those out there saying, well, the NDC base smaller and the... well, you're talking stupidness. The reason why it appeared as though it was smaller because the NDC supporters over the many elections were not wowed or excited to go there and support who were actually running, who they put, right? The different candidates and leaders and so on the ticket. They were not excited about that. So they did not. They did not go. They were not a part of. They don't go out. But don't tell me that our base is smaller. No, our base might be even more than the NNP base. But we have to maintain that block and add to it. It's important. Add to it. When our children turn 18, make sure that they get registered. When your family member and friends come back home, make sure they get registered. In fact, yesterday about eight people call me up. They say, hey, Kem, boy, we ready to register? Yeah, 8. And I guide them accordingly. I guide them. Look, I have been working overtime to make sure that great many of our people register so that you can participate in the next election. Because it's a numbers game, you know. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And you're a Grenadian. And no one could stop you from voting. 1, from registering as a Grenadian, registering, and 2, voting. No one. Not one. So we have to maintain that to make sure that we register our people. All right? Register. Very important. Registration is key. Don't make nobody fool you. Register. All right? Once you can get that, because it's a numbers game. Just imagine, in town of St. George, for example, Peter won by 200 and what? 11? Somewhere around there. Just imagine having 300 people or 400 people registered, getting that amount of people registered. Our supporters. Just think about it. And so the NNP people go out and vote, the NDC people go out and vote, right? And we get 400, for example, or 300 of our people registered to vote. Peter will be history. History. Right? In St. Andrew, for example, just imagine let's look at a constituency. All right? Let's look at one of those constituencies. Let's say let me see. Election results Grenada. All right? Grenada. So let's say Carriacou, for example. All right? Carriacou, for example. The Honorable Tevin Andrews, he won by 150 votes. Let us just imagine we get in at least 300 people more registered and having them vote. Just think about it, folks. So NNP, NDC go out. But if we can get 300 people more, so you won by 150, Some people may get vexed on certain grounds. Some people again may be happy and they go in and register. Right. So let us say we work towards getting 300 more to register. We're unbeatable. And that's the same thing that would apply for all the constituencies, all of them. Every one of them. Right? I'm saying to you, that is what we need to do. Make sure that our people are registered. You look at, let's say, Emlyn Pear's constituency. All right? Emlyn Pear, let me tell you the difference. So, Emlyn Pear, she got, oh boy. Just bear with me here, folks. Bear with me for a little while. I need to play. I need to get something in here. Right, let me just bear with me for a little while there. Little while, looking for that. Yeah, just bear with me for a little while.
Now the election bacchanal die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production.
Yes, thank you very much for the patience there. Right. So I was explaining to you that it is important to understand, right? Understand the numbers. So if you look at, let's say in St. John, for example, all right, if you look at I was dealing with Emlyn Pear area. So Emlyn Pear, she got a little bit of votes they get, just plain thing. 1,898 people voted for her versus David Andrew. Yeah, it's a little bit of vote minus 1,660. So she won by 238 votes, right? So just imagine we can register 400 people, for example, in that constituency. Solid. 400 people. And that is what we need to work on. That's all we need to do, All the talk and the yap and the yap. All we need to do is to maintain what we have. Maintain. First and foremost. Maintain, add. Maintain, add. Maintain what we have, add. And that's how we're going to fool the thing. Right? But we must first maintain what we have. So all we need to do is to work hard to get at least in that constituency 300 or 400 people registered. That is what we need to do, So you're from that constituency, you're in the diaspora, you come and go, you're here, you have your property, your house, and so on. Like yesterday, for example, a good friend comes and say, hey, Kim, but I hear me and my daughter, and I want to get registered. And I call my good friend, Vashti was say, I call and I say, hey, work on that for me, please. That is what I am doing. I am working consistently on these things. Consistently. I say, Vashti, girl, call. And when I say girl, oh, me not good. She's my senior, but my parties are. Say, call X, Y, and Z. Make sure that they get registered. A Grenadian, born and bred Grenadians, they're here, and no one could stop them from registering. No one. Go with your birth certificate or a valid passport. Now they want to know while you're living there. Tell them that's where you're living, because that's exactly where you're living. All right? You want that bill, look it. But they can't stop you from registering. Right? Yesterday I went to Lansepine and I was speaking to my good friend. I said, watch me. Make sure and go and get registered. Tell me, well, here for... He has his property from here. Make sure that's what I'm doing. So you have to do the same thing. That is exactly what you have to do. Maintain add, maintain, and add to it. So we got to look for our people, make sure that they're happy, make sure that they're good, make sure that things working for them overnight. Go and identify. Remember, I said I'm going to challenge your beloved Prime Minister to challenge his MPs and ministers. Go out in your constituency and identify all the people who voted for you the last election and assess their needs and their wants. Right? Attend to them. Very important. Very, very important. Maintain, add. Maintain, add. Don't forget that. We're going to maintain what we have. We're going to treat our people right. We're going to identify our people. We're going to take care of our people. We're going to take care of our supporters. We're going to add to it. Diaspora. People turning 18 right here in Grenada. Add. And those NNP who going to turn. There were one or two go turn. Right? Some of them go turn. But the majority of them, they will remain NNP. All right? Maintain, add. So you have your work cut out for you. You have your work cut out for you. You come to Grenada, register. Register. Register to vote. Very important. Very, very, very important. You have your family member, your friends, they come for a funeral, they come for a wedding, right? They come back in Carriacou, they come to fix the house, they come to make sure they register. That's important. In all those constituencies, that's important. Get them to register. It's a numbers game. That's what it is. At the end of the day, you could do what you want. At the end of the day, it is a numbers game. That's what it is. Who have more win? Who have more will win. So to do all what you want to do, it is a numbers game. To cross that line, it's a numbers game. So we have to get our people registered. And that is why every time I get the opportunity when I go overseas, I encourage our supporters to register. I encourage them to be a part of the process. Because remember, we have 10, 20 times more Grenadians in the diaspora than here, you know. Yes. So you know that? And we have to be excited about it. Getting our people registered, getting our people to participate in the process, and encouraging our people here to be involved and fired up and excited. But how would they be fired up and excited? We have to identify them. We have to make sure that they're good, that they're happy, and that's what it is. That's politics 101. Maintain, add. Maintain, add. Remember the analogy. Maintain what you have, make them happy, and add to it. Once you follow that formula, you're good. NDC staying in power for the next 20 years. Right? You will pay me for that advice. Just so. Give me a juicy cool. That's the you say advice I give you there? I want a juicy cool for it. Just so. I want a juicy cool for the advice I give you. All right? Nice. Folks, don't forget, I will be in New York. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I want to add Baba Thirsty, so drink a little water. All right? Normally, I would have a glass close to me. All right, don't worry about that. So, I'll be in New York on the weekend. I'll be in New York on the weekend. And, you have a charity party there. Don't forget, we have a charity party there. I hope to see you there. I hope to meet you, greet you. It's on the 31st. That's Friday, the 31st. Sorry, the Saturday. Saturday, the 31st. Saturday, the 31st. From 6 p.m. until music by DJ Screw. Tickets, $40. All right, the Dynamic Hour Charity Party. 297 East 91st Street between Claxon and Lenox Road. You can call me for tickets, and the other information is there on my page. All right. We also have a party on the 1st of September. All right. Let me that one for you too. All right, let me promote that too, because Frances Migood Partiza, they have that on the 1st of September, and I will be attending both of the events. We try to help everyone. So I'll be attending both of them. Let me just show you here. Right, I just downloaded it. Okay, nice. So let me just show you. That's important. All right. So this is the event that's on Sunday. So Saturday is the Dynamic Hour Charity Party. On Sunday, September the 1st, from 8 p.m. until we go into the Nazareth High School, East 58th Street, between Clarendon Road and Avenue D. Tickets, $40, dance the night away. They have a raffle, a massive raffle, a Nissan car, first prize, second prize, $2,000 US, third prize, $1,000 US. Grenada celebrates 50. All right, top DJs like Jude and Magician, they'll be playing. And, on my Facebook page, you can see who you can get tickets from, right? Information on tickets. On my Facebook page, you can get that. All right, so we're celebrating 50 in a big way. So it's a Labor Day weekend. All right, so please support. All right, my good friend Frances Purcell, she's always working very hard on that. She and the team. All right, she and the team. So, folks, I want to wish you all the best. All right, and I hope you learn a thing or two this morning. I will be back with you tonight, God's willing, and we continue that journey. But what we must do is to expose those who are on different platforms, spreading lies and misinformation. Because that's what they do. They love to tell lies. They don't want good for this country. All right? They just want Grenada to fall apart so they can easily ride back into power. That is why they're spending a lot of time going after Carriacou, attacking Carriacou consistently so. Carriacou, because they want to see things disintegrate, fall apart. That is what they want to see. But that's not going to happen. All right? TAMCC, some information on TAMCC registration, right? For the young people who want to go to TAMCC.
Marisha Community College is advising all applicants for the 2024-2025 academic year of the number of important dates as it relates to registration and the start of classes. The college says registration for Year 1 students will take place at the Tantine and St. Patrick's campuses from Wednesday, August 21st to Tuesday, August 27th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Applicants are urged to walk with their acknowledgement letter and 2 copies of their CXC results. The institution is also advising that a late registration fee of $50 applies for all Year 1 students from Friday, August 30th to Friday, September 13th. The first day of classes for Year 2 students is Wednesday, August 28th, while the first day of classes for Year 1 students is Monday, September 2nd.
Yes, so that's important. That's very important, all right? The TAMCC students. So please take note. Take note. And there are a lot of opportunities out there. Bridge, I want to big up Dr. Michelle Alexander. She and the team with Bridge learning, it's Bridge learning something. Is it Bridge learning? Let me get it. Bridge learning something. Let me get you. They're doing a fantastic job. Bridge Learning Institute, Inc. They're doing a fantastic job. They're offering free courses in so many areas. All right. And they have received almost 100% pass rates in nearly all the different areas. All right. So please support them. And they're offering so many classes. And I want you to take advantage of that too. Take advantage of that. Bridge Learning Institute, Inc. All right. Nice. So, folks, don't forget the event. Again, I'm going to New York there. I want to see you in your numbers at that event. All right, the 2 events, Saturday and Sunday. Because remember, Monday is the Labor Day. The second Monday is the Labor Day. So I'm looking forward to see you in New York. Today's Wednesday. We have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be in New York by soon time. All right, on this weekend. I will be in New York. All right. In fact, my Sunday program, I'll have it in New York. I'll do my Sunday program in New York. And my Monday program in New York, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, the party, Sunday, the party. So, looking forward to having you. I want to wish you all the best. Thank you very much, Kim the King, for giving me some extra time. I didn't need the half an hour, but thanks. We got an extra 21 minutes there. Big up your whole self. Really appreciate it. Folks, have a wonderful day. Peace and love. Bye for now.